Good morning. Today we're going to be going over my routine, my daily routine as a plus EV sports bettor. We'll go into, some tips and tricks, things that I like to do and things that I add to my daily routine to increase, my efficiency and my profitability when betting on sports. And, overall just look at how can you add in a nice daily routine to make sure that you take advantage of as many opportunities as a plus EV sports bettor. Welcome to Juice Bets. My name's Trevor. And yeah, we're going to get into this video really quickly here. But before we do, make sure you do like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And make sure you do check out our VIP Discord server. It's linked down below. It's completely free for 3 days. You can get access to all of my plus EV bets in there, as well as 6 or 7 other sharp sports bettors. They place all their plays in there as well. So tons of value in that community. Highly recommend you at least check it out. It's completely free. Okay, let's get into it. So first thing I like to do in the morning, obviously, besides getting my cup of coffee, is jump onto Oddsjam and take a look at and see if there's any value on the board. First thing I do is, get any bets out of the way early in the morning so I can at least get some volume going. So that would be, checking the VIP Discord server to see if there's any plays being posted in there and tailing those plays. Then I would head over to the Oddsjam Plus EV tool and then the Oddsjam Fantasy Optimizer and DG Fantasy Optimizer as well to build out some prize picks, underdog, parlay play slips. Let's look at exactly what that looks like. So with Oddsjam, it's really quite simple. They make it super easy for you to add this into your daily routine and to make things super quick, right? Because we want to be saving time as much as possible and making things easy, right? Easy and efficient. That's the name of the game when you're adding plus EV sports betting into your daily routine. And, as a side hustle, you might be working, from 9 to 5. So adding this in the mornings and in the evenings to get that volume in, you want to make sure that it is quick and easy. So first things first, we go to the Plus EV tool and we're just going to basically scroll through and see if there's any value on the board, right? So we're going to make sure that we have, the sports books that it's offering the bet on, right? So like, let's say I don't have, Bettor. I'll continue to scroll past. The great thing about Oddsjam is you can filter the sports books. So you can basically select the sports books that you have access to. Again, we want to make sure that we have access to as many as possible to open up as many opportunities, but we're going to, we're able to filter through. And so if you have access to 10 sports books in your location, you can just filter those there. And then you'll be able to basically look through the Plus EV tool, find a bet, let's say, okay, perfect. We found this bet on Bovada here, Spencer Dinwiddie over 14.5 player points. Basically what I'd quickly do is just check on it. I click on it and make sure, that the odds are basically being taken from a sharp sports book, right? So this one's not a great example. Let me refresh this page because that bet has actually been bumped. But let's find a good one. So let's look at this Kobe White play over 5.5 assists. So basically what I'll do before I just take the bet, I'll look in here and make sure that I'm actually getting value on a good sports book. And when I say that, I mean, when we look at this, right, we're getting minus 102 on Bettor for Kobe White. We don't want to be, comparing this line to some sports books that aren't sharp, right? So what I'll do is specifically for player props, I'll at least come in and check and see what DraftKings is at, right? And so DraftKings is at minus 130. So we are getting nice value compared to DraftKings. And it's just important to make sure that you do check the actual odds and see how many data points we're looking at, right? Because if this bet was just being compared to, underdog, some random, like Tony Bet, some random Canadian sports books or, smaller sports books that aren't as sharp, it might not be as great of a play. But since it is being compared to a bunch of different data points and specifically DraftKings, this would be a good bet. So basically what I would do, I'd see the bet, I'd see how much I'm supposed to place on it. I would open up a new tab, go and place that bet. Once it is confirmed placed, I come back in here, click this plus button, make sure that, these are accurate and then save it. And it will go into my bet tracker, right? And that's the best part about Oddsjam is you have a bet tracker and you can see your bets, you can see how you're doing, look at some data behind it and track your profit over time. So I'll go through the plus EV tool like that really quickly. To get as much value as possible. I usually try to keep my bets over 3%, just to make sure that my volume is going towards high quality plays. Then I will actually go and check out the risk-free arbitrage tool. And this is where you're basically taking both sides of a bet. You're arbitraging the prices on different sports books, right? So, for instance, on this Texans and Titans total here, you can see that on SXBet, both the over and the under are being priced the same at minus 113. But on all other sports books, we're seeing it at minus 224 to the under, plus 160, plus 170 to the over. And so what we do simply is we would take the under on SXBet, right? Because we're getting paid so much more than we should be. And then we take the over on a different book and we basically arbitrage that price and we will make, a risk-free profit in the middle, right? Let's say we put 200 on the over, we'll put 286.48 on the under, and we get a guaranteed profit. And that's what arbitrage betting is. So I'll come in here, again, you can filter it based on the sports books that you have access to. I'll come in here, check it, play some bets, get that volume in. And then lastly on Oddsjam, I'll head over to the Fantasy Optimizer. And this is where we got prize picks, underdog, and parlay play value, right? So we can find some awesome plays on here like this on parlay play right now. And this is actually a great opportunity where maybe we can actually build out a slip on parlay play. I'm going to drag this in and maybe we can do this together right now. So what I'll do is I'll see these bets. Okay, likely under 3.5 receptions. Well, clearly this is great value because DraftKings minus 145, MGM minus 145, Caesars minus 148. Clearly a super favored play. We're getting much better value on parlay play at minus 117 implied odds. And that's where we simply plug and play, right? So likely under 3.5 receptions. Claxton over 11 points. We're actually going to skip on this one just because it's only one data point here. So we'll skip that guy. Eckler under 13.5 rushing attempts. DraftKings minus 140. Enough said. So likely under receptions. Eckler under rushing attempts. And we'll basically just build out that slip as we work through it, right? So Eckler, 13.5 rushing attempts. Yep, under 13.5 rushing attempts. And then we also have likely under 3.5 receptions. And we will continue Nylander here under 4 shots on goal. And Bryce Young under 187.5 passing yards. Perfect. Young, that bumped already, so we can't take that one. Nylander. And I mean, this is just straight up how it works in the morning, right? I'm just going to go through. If stuff was bumped, we're going to leave it. Verhaeghe under 3 shots on goal. Perfect. We'll do that one as well. I actually don't know how to spell his name. There we go. Under. Keep going. Mitchell and Tatum under 55.5. And this is it, right? I mean, it's not fancy, it's not flashy, but it gets a job done. It cashes slips and it's profitable. So DeMar DeRozan to finish it off here, under 10.5 rebounds assists. Under 10.5 rebounds assists. We're gonna place our max of $60 on this one, and we will place it. And okay, Eckler attempts is no longer valid, so we got to go back in and find another bet that is valid. We'll go Farabee under 2 shots. And I mean, this is the reality of plus EV betting is you're going to get bumps. You're going to have to go back, make sure a slip is able to be placed. But there we go. We got our value. So basically, what I do realistically in my routine is I'll screenshot this guy and I will send it over into our Discord server, into the Parlay Play channel. Tell everyone to take this bet. And this is where, the second sort of daily routine comes in after I've used Oddsjam and DG Fantasy is I'll come in here and look for plays that our sharps have posted, right? And so, we've got Parlay Play, Prize Picks, Underdog. We've got all the correlation channels. I can see that there's been 3 slips posted in football this morning. We've got soccer, golf, basketball, hockey, all that kind of stuff. Esports as well. And then we've got straight bets in here. And so basically, I'll just filter through all these channels and look for the bets as they come out in the morning. And once I've done that, that's kind of my daily rounds, right? And then I'll move into, getting some work done for the day. And so that's kind of the routine, right? Wake up early, get the bets in, get that volume in, get to work, and then I'll head back in the afternoon to start looking for more bets on Oddsjam. And as we know, bets come in and we get the most value about 2 hours before most games start, right? 2 hours to an hour or so. So if games are starting, at 4 p.m. Pacific time for me, specifically basketball and hockey, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be looking for bets, between 2 and 4, right? So that 2 hours before the game starts, I'm going to be active, looking, finding arbitrage bets, finding plus EV bets, and building out slips using the optimizers for, parlay play, prize picks, underdog, all of that. So hopefully that clears up a few things on kind of the daily routine, how it works using these optimizers, and how quickly it can be to build out a slip and get that plus EV, get that volume in and capture that value. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next time.